Okay, here's the third part. It's been half an hour. Well, actually it's been about an hour and a half because I went out to work out. And here it is. So what you do is you drain off the liquid, pour it into the sink. That takes out about 95% of the liquid. And what I'm going to do later on, when I got it really nice and crisp, I'm going to re-marinate it with lime. I usually do it with lime and lemon, but I forgot to get lemon, but I got a bunch of limes. So I'm draining it off into the sink. Okay, so here you go. Alright, so I usually end up reusing all these towels so I don't waste them. I rinse them out with water, clean water, and what I did was I started the griddle on a really high heat, where when I sliced the tofu, you want it to almost be floating, and you want to singe it, and it'll look burnt, but you can't burn it, but it'll get nice and crisp. And then I'll put salt and then garlic powder, and then I'll squeeze lime on it, and I'll grill these red peppers alongside it. So tomorrow I can either chop it up and put it in pasta with olive oil, or I can steam broccoli just right, al dente, and then eat it chopped with tofu. But what I'm going to do after I'm finished, I'm going to put it in a baguette with mustard and a little bit of olive oil and a pickle. Okay, so I'm going to start with one because the griddle I have, it's not that big. Now the slices are going to look kind of thick, but I butterfly it when I'm ready to eat it back on the grill, and it looks thick, but you want it thick so it won't fall apart. Okay, and I don't put any oil. And like I said, it's just you grill it dry, and mark my word, by 2050 this is going to save the planet, but everybody has to be in agreement, because like I said, the aforementioned videos, the world's resources are stretched, and there's not enough for 9 million, and much less with 10 billion. Okay, so I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to place it on the grill. Like I said, I got it real hot, and I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I'm talking about. I know it was counterintuitive. I should have figured this out 20 years ago, and I didn't even find out about how to get the water out of it until I looked up. I wasn't even on the internet. I think I saw it in some little blurb in the newspaper. So it changed my world. It's perfect now to work with. Okay, so let me put these on. Okay, and then I'm going to grill them until they get nice and crisp. Okay, and I just want to say right here, okay, a lot of people say, wow, what are animals good for if not to eat? Well, people don't know this, but the world's soil runs out of nitrogen, and the droppings of cows, pigs, chickens, livestock, horses, it's fantastic to make the soil rich. So you don't have to eat animals for protein. Here's your protein, and that's what animals were for. And I just want to say that tofu is alkaline, okay? And according to all the books I've read, cancer cannot live in an alkaline body. Now you live here, if you live here in LA, in every strip mall, there's a water shop selling alkaline water, and the people are going nuts. They sell plastic bottles that don't leach chemicals, and apparently it's a craze. Maybe it's a craze where you live, I don't know. But people are lined up getting jugs of alkaline water, and tofu is highly alkaline actually, and meat is very acidic. So that's another reason why people are dropping out. And okay, now let's get down to milk. Milk highly acidic, but almond milk fantastic, highly alkaline. So like they said in the late 60s, come join us, man. Okay, I just want to parenthetically add, for what it's worth, when I was driving from the from Corrales, the North Valley in New Mexico, Albuquerque, in 1971, I got stuck in the famous Albuquerque riots. I was driving to the South Valley with a friend, and there was thousands of people rioting in downtown Albuquerque. You can read about this, and it didn't help that Jane Fonda was there the day that Kent State happened. I think that was September of 70, and these riots took place in July of 71. So the people were riled up, but they were also riled up about Nixon invading Cambodia and bombing the hell out of Cambodia. Well, we couldn't get through. I was stuck right north of Central and 4th Street. Now you can't drive through there. They put a plaza. And again, like I said, this is for people that live in Albuquerque or know anything about that area. There was a little store that I used to love called Fool's Paradise. It was a magic shop. And right adjacent to that was a bar. And it was called Diamond in the Rough. Well, these guys were looting the stores. They were throwing chairs. They were upending cars. We were freaked out. We couldn't get through. And all these long-haired hippie guys with long beards, long hair, madder than hell. We go, what's going on, man? And this one guy came up to us and goes, come join us, man. Power to the people. So any movement in the late 60s that particular group, if you will, wanted you to join, they'd say, come join us, man. Okay, so this is the third part, and the reason why I got it really hot also is because I don't want it to stick to the griddle. It'll stick a little bit, but I'm gonna turn it on the next video, and then I'm gonna add the lime, and we'll continue from there. Okay, so thank you for watching this far, and like I said, we're gonna have to go this way eventually, and we gotta stop eating meat whether we like it or not. And like I said, Gaia, before in the other video, there's something about nature or the consciousness of the world. There's something happens throughout history, and for whatever reason, the world, the earth, it knows when it's out of balance and it corrects itself, like a stock market crash. And getting back to that influenza epidemic that hit the world in 1918, they don't know why it started and why it ended, but it killed 500 million people. And I'm sorry to be talking to this subject over the food, but this is in reference to, like I said, the Gaia theory. And then you had the bubonic plague in 1347 that killed 200 million people. And then you have droughts. And then in London in 1666, the bubonic plague killed 300,000 people really quick. And actually these were a string of plagues that lasted throughout Europe from around 1347 to about the late 17th century. So I think what Gaia does, or the earth, or whatever, for whatever reason, the world, when it gets out of balance, it corrects itself. And maybe we're getting out of balance, like I told you before, with all the livestock, all the arable land growing one thing, just grain for pigs and cows and livestock, and we have to rebalance ourselves out, and we have to go back. Well, we can still eat meat for a while at least, but we have to start eating this kind of food, balance the whole situation out, as it were. So again, I'm not preaching, but I do have Aquarius rising, and I do feel like I can anticipate the new era, hopefully. And I hope I'm not sounding like, well, I usually like to self-deprecate. I think that's the correct thing to do, like the other generations used to do, and not walk around self-validating. So I don't need to sound like I'm validating myself that my diet is the best, because it's not. I'm just talking about the yin and the yang, and to get the polarities out of the antipodes and straighten everything up and create a golden mean. Okay, let's go to the next video.